a premium product at an unbeatable price. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 AAA games that went free to play. For this list, we'll be looking at the best AAA games that, for one reason or another, decided to switch to a free-to-play model. Also, we won't be including Call of Duty Warzone, because while this Battle Royale mode is free, the game it was released with, Modern Warfare, is still full price and requires a purchase to access single-player and multiplayer modes.
The fella's doing the hero thing in the plaza. Me? I've got a date with whoever's behind this. It'll be a short date.
Number 10. EverQuest II. While perhaps not quite as groundbreaking as the original EverQuest, 2004's sequel was still a massive MMORPG that had ambition, high production value, and a ton of well-crafted content. Originally on a subscription model, a free-to-play version of EverQuest II was released in 2010, although paying for membership remained an option. While the free-to-play version comes with some serious restrictions, like only 2 character slots and limited access to the broker system, it allows pretty much full access to EverQuest II's sizable base game and most of the expansions before the most recent ones. Number 9. The Lord of the Rings Online.
You must unite the free peoples of Eriador and inspire them to stand against Sauron.
J.R.R. Tolkien's fantasy novels have inspired their fair share of games, but few compared to 2007's MMORPG. Originally set in Eriador, but eventually expanding to other areas like Mordor, The Lord of the Rings Online delivers an epic adventure worthy of the license.
Once again, he calls a vast horde from the depths of Khand to march upon the lands of Middle-earth and lay them to waste.
While a subscription remains available, The Lord of the Rings Online went free to play in 2010, offering access to 4 quest packs and most of the content in the base game. While the expansion packs still need to be bought and unlocking everything is quite a grind, the free version provides countless hours of gameplay and is more than enough to decide whether this is worth an investment.
Rise to power! Become a legend!
Number 8. Star Trek Online.
We are Starfleet. We explore strange new worlds.
Another MMO that went the free-to-play route, Star Trek Online sets itself apart by blending space and planetary combat, as the player-created character is given command of a ship and can eventually even form a fleet. Putting aside later expansions that focus on other species, the storyline, which is told through episodic missions, sees the United Federation at war with the Klingon Empire.
You must light the way for the lost and oppressed.
For the most part, Star Trek Online's free-to-play model is fantastic, providing unlimited access to all of the base content, with restrictions mostly coming in the form of inventory management and unlockables.
Valor and sacrifice are your watchwords.
Number 7. Guild Wars 2. Building on its predecessor's solid foundations, Guild Wars 2 is the definition of an epic MMORPG. Set in the world of Tyria, Guild Wars 2 boasts an adaptive world, a great character creation system, gorgeous environments, and a more personable story than most MMOs. The satisfying skill-based combat combines immediacy with elements of strategy. Going free to play in 2015, Guild Wars 2 allows new players to try out the core game up to Season 2, effectively providing access to 3 years of content. While the expansions do significantly improve the experience, Guild Wars 2 was awesome from the start, so the free version is naturally great.
Hurts, doesn't it? Ooh, that one stings. Leave it for the match.
Number 6. Star Wars: The Old Republic. If there is any studio that can do justice to the Star Wars lore, it would have to be BioWare circa 2011. Within roughly a year of release, the Old Republic provided a free-to-play option which includes access to all 8 classes and their respective storylines.
We will prevail.
We will destroy them.
Anyone looking to play the Old Republic long-term will eventually need to drop some cash, but the base game is still packed to the brim with engrossing quests, memorable characters, dungeons, and PvP options. While perhaps not the most innovative MMO ever released, the Old Republic makes the most of its Star Wars license. Number 5. EverQuest.
The desires to grow beyond the common abilities of mere mortals introduced powerful skills, trades, and crafts.
The grandfather of 3D MMORPGs, EverQuest has somehow managed to remain relevant for over 2 decades. Due to its age, many aspects of EverQuest feel somewhat archaic in this day and age, but there is a reason the game has endured for so long, and that is because the core gameplay loop is engrossing. EverQuest went free to play in 2012, and the MMO is rather generous when it comes to content, with over 20 expansions being included. Along with just being all-around great, EverQuest is a genre-defining game that set the stage for many later titles in the genre.
It is the adventure quest that awaits the bold and daring.
Number 4. Starcraft II: Wings of Liberty.
You rang?
As the successor to the fantastic StarCraft, Wings of Liberty retains its predecessor's deep real-time strategy combat while delving deeper into the core conflict between the 3 central species. While multiplayer is a big part of the experience, StarCraft II is not exactly short in single-player content, with the Wings of Liberty campaign spanning roughly 26 missions, and there's even an element of choice that helps heighten replayability.
Versus is a thrilling and rewarding gameplay mode that presents infinite possibilities. No 2 games will ever be the same.
Partially due to its prevalence in the esports scene, StarCraft II's base game went free to play in 2017, providing full access to Wings of Liberty's campaign and a slew of multiplayer options, although the Zerg and Protoss campaigns require picking up the expansions.
Hey, your people bought their own freedom, paid for it in blood. Me and Matt, we were just glad to help.
Number 3. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. While Valve does not often release games, the studio's rare projects tend to be pretty special. Routinely topping Steam's current players charts, Counter-Strike Global Offensive is a contender for the biggest multiplayer shooter of all time, one that pits 2 teams against each other in objective-based battles that tend to be pretty fierce. While the gameplay is easy to grasp, the focus on teamwork means there is a relatively steep learning curve. More than 6 years after release, Global Offensive went free to play, which includes the full game, minus a couple of items and weapon cases. Number 2. Destiny 2.
Zavala, this is my serious face. Can't you tell?
Similar to its predecessor, Destiny 2 is constantly evolving, with each season bringing new expansions, tweaks to the gameplay and modes, and new reasons for players to rejoice or shake their heads in disappointment. Taking into account Bungie's Halo pedigree, Destiny 2's gunplay is nothing short of superb, while the lengthy campaign sees the Guardians traveling across the solar system's several striking planets. PvP, which mainly comes in the form of Crucible and Gambit modes, is also quite robust and competitive. Surprisingly, Bungie made all of Destiny 2's Year 1 content and a few things from Year 2 free for all, which is enough content to fill a few months. Want more video game content? Check out our gaming channel Mojo Plays and discover games and ideas you never knew existed. With more lists, breakdowns, and our latest series, Arcade Roulette.
Justin and John are in!
Oh.
Hey, is that Porky Pig? There's a lot of things being ripped off in this game.
Number 1. Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2 is the quintessential free-to-play game. Even when it was bundled as part of the Orange Box, Valve's game was a steal, as its colorful roster of characters, fun gameplay, and timeless art style instantly made Team Fortress 2 the standard bearer of team-based shooters. While there are a few restrictions and cosmetics can be purchased, Team Fortress 2 can be played in its entirety without spending a cent, providing years of entertainment for free. Team Fortress 2 is not only a brilliant game and has aged splendidly, but it remains perhaps the best example of how to transition to a free model.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.